I'm Joe Giglio for NJ Sports Now on this Monday, July the 20th, as the New York Yankees continue to roll on 2 out of 3 over the weekend over the Seattle Mariners. The 2 wins keyed by 2 veteran offensive players, 2 players the Yankees were hoping to get something out of, hoping to get a health out of before the season started. Well, they've been much more than that. Alex Rodriguez on Friday night with the home run to right center field. Mark Teixeira yesterday afternoon to key 2 Yankee victories, and it feels like the same story we keep talking about over and over again. When you talked about the Yankees coming into the season, there were bigger things to talk about on the field. I mean, A-Rod's always a big story, but on the field, there were bigger fish to fry than Alex Rodriguez's production and Mark Teixeira's production. It had become a theme with Yankees fans to expect nothing or the worst out of Teixeira and his health and his decline. The same thing with Rodriguez. Anything he was going to give the Yankees was gravy, considering he hadn't played for a full year, coming off a steroid suspension. No one could have predicted what these two have done, taking the calendar and turning it back 6 years. Mark Teixeira and Alex Rodriguez, all things considered, are hitting like it's 2009. They're hitting again in the middle of the Yankee order like it's the year they won the World Series together, the first year they played together in 2009. You look up at the numbers and they are startling. Teixeira and Rodriguez both sport OPS pluses. Your OPS compared to league average and where you play, a good number is 100. That's average. A good number is 120. They're both at least 146. Teixeira at 146, A-Rod at 147. Both of those numbers in the top 9 of the American League. No team, besides the Yankees, has 2 guys within the top 9. They are the most dynamic hitting duo right now, for power at least, and on base percentage in the American League. Yes, even more dynamic than the duo of Mike Trout and Albert Pujols out with the Los Angeles Angels. The 2 of them both on pace for over 30 home runs. Teixeira now on pace for over 40 home runs. Both on pace to knock in over 90 runs. Both of them have been hitting and hitting consistently for power and on base percentage all year long. And as you watch the Yankees now 50-41, 4 games up on the Orioles for first place, a legitimate postseason, not just contender, but you start to look at them as the team to beat now in the American League East. They wouldn't be there without the contributions of Teixeira and Rodriguez. And you think back to what those 2 guys were when they first played together in 09 for the Yankees, even 10 before injuries, decline, suspension, it all hit. And that dynamic duo was torn apart. But if you go back and look the last 20 years, 1996 to now, at how many teams actually had 2 or more players in the lineup hitting at this prolific of a level with OPS plus 146 or better. In the last 20 years, only about 30 teams have done it, and only about 28 teams have had 2 guys do it in the same year. A couple teams had 3, which is pretty amazing. But only 28 teams in the last 20 years have had 2 players hit to this level in the same lineup in the same year. That's about just a little bit more than 1.5 teams per year. So this is a very, very special thing the Yankees have going on right now. The pitching of Tanaka, the bullpen, the dynamic duo at the top of the order of Ellsbury, Gardner, all are talked about when it comes to the Yankees. And even Teixeira's renaissance, his health, his diet, the gluten-free, talked about. A-Rod's comeback, talked about. But I think we have to talk about the A-Rod Teixeira comeback story as a pair. They're not only hitting as individuals, but they're both hitting, and both hitting all year long, giving the Yankees something they had all the way back in the day, all the way back in 2009. One of the best middle-of-the-order 1-2 punches in all of baseball, and something no one in their wildest dreams, the most wide-eyed Yankee optimists, could have predicted. A-Rod and Teixeira are a dynamic and powerful, and maybe baseball's best 3-4 combination. I'm Joe Giglio for NJ Sports Now.